My name is Dylan Smith. This is my video blog for Module 3, the Counselor Credentialing Worksheet. So my state is the state of Oklahoma. We talked about finding the academic requirements needed for licensure in Oklahoma. The academic requirements for the LPC license, that's the licensed professional counselor, are a master's degree in either professional counseling or mental health discipline. That's equivalent to counseling. In that program, you've got to have either 60 semester hours or 90 quarter credit hours of graduate coursework that's related to counseling. Of those, we have some basic content areas that seem to mirror the ACA's requirement. Human growth and development, abnormal human behavior, assessment techniques, counseling theories and methods, orientation, ethics, research, and the practicum. And then there are 16 different knowledge areas for elective courses that need to be filled, and we have to have at least 5 elective courses, and each of the courses have to be at least 3 credit hours. As far as the practicum required by the Oklahoma Board, the practicum that's required is 300 clock hours. So the requirements for postmaster's supervised experience. Oklahoma says either 3 years or 3,000 clock hours. Of the clock hours, 350 clock hours of each 1,000 hours must be face-to-face client contact. They accrue at a rate of 45 minutes for every 20-hour work week. The board does allow for substitution in its requirement. So beyond a master's degree, for every 30 semester credit hours, I can substitute 30 semester credit hours beyond a master's degree for 1 year of the supervision. Now, that does not clear me of all the supervision. The state board does require at least 1 year of supervision or 1,000 clock hours. So I can get 2/3 of the supervision knocked off by continuing education past the master's degree. The state of Oklahoma's got 2 exams they require. The first is the National Counselor Examination, and the second is an Oklahoma Legal and Ethical Responsibilities Examination. As we've mentioned already, the nomenclature is the Licensed Professional Counselor, or LPC. Oklahoma does differentiate. They do have a Licensed Marriage and Family Therapist track, so an LMFT. The requirements for that track are a little bit different, but I am pursuing the LPC, so I provided this worksheet following that track. The worksheet asked if the license is tiered, and in Oklahoma, the license is really only considered tiered in one way. We have the LPC and we have the LPC candidate. The LPC candidate is simply someone who's made application to the Oklahoma Board for an LPC license. They have demonstrated to the Oklahoma Board that they have finished their academic requirements. So they're an LPC candidate as they move through their supervision requirements. One thing that I found interesting, or I think would be hard to implement, I think is certainly the clock hours of supervision. Just from my own personal experience, I've been in my current position, my current job, for about 4 years. And so I know looking at working 3 years before I even get licensed may put some people off in Oklahoma. It's certainly not for everybody, and it does take a commitment to that. So that would be the one thing that I think would be difficult for me is just maintaining the patience to work through those 3 years with the 3,000 clock hours.